Hey everybody, Sean Bukowski here. Hope everybody's having a great week. Wanted to talk a little bit about a ruling that came down a couple weeks ago. I guess on March 17th exactly, in a long-awaited ruling really from the Appellate Court. A decision in a case, if you recall, I've talked about this before in some of the blog entries, but if you recall, the city of Austin was attempting to do a massive overhaul of the land development code, and they were sued by some property owners, claiming that they didn't follow the proper procedures for making zoning changes effectively in their neighborhood, and that this is way back when, and that that the district court approved that and agreed with them that they hadn't followed procedures. That was appealed. Now it's been an appellate court, and we've been awaiting a decision. Well, on March 17th, the decision from the appellate court came down, and unfortunately, they sided with the plaintiffs, and the land development code is now fully stopped again. Well, I guess it was stopped, but it continues to be stopped. The overhaul of it, and like per the statute, maybe this is the right decision. I can't say it's not the right decision. If you read the statute, it's just a bad decision in general for the city of Austin, and that's because what effectively this decision does is, by interpreting the statute the way it did, it will not allow a city that desperately needs to overhaul its land development code like Austin does to do that in one big swoop. Now they're going to, theoretically, I guess, they would have to hold hearings, individual hearings, for each property that has people that protest the changes, the potential changes to the zoning. And the reason this is so bad for Austin is because Austin so desperately needs upzoning. It needs an increased density. We have an affordable housing problem. There's no question about it. We all know it. And without being able to completely overhaul the land development code to promote more density to combat affordable housing, now they're going to have to do it piecemeal, and it's just not going to be done as a sort of overall all change. And as a result, we're not going to have, it's going to be very difficult, I should say, for the city council to really make sweeping changes that will help improve to the land development code, that will help improve affordable housing in the future. Again, I'm not saying this is but the court made a bad decision, because I think from the statute, it's a very reasonable interpretation of it. It's just, I kind of call it a loophole in my article, because I think it kind of is. It's a loophole that's really going to prevent cities from improving the density that is so sorely needed. So I guess now we'll just have to wait to see what the next steps are for the city council and how they're going to deal with this. There's been some hints that they might just, theoretically they could appeal it to the Supreme Court of Texas, but there's been some hints that they might not do that, and they might let it drop. If that's the case, then we will have to see what their next steps are for combating affordable housing. But this is definitely a setback for the city. Hope you enjoy this. If you do, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our blog. Have a great week.